Okay.
Is this the good background? Okay.
Yeah. Hello, this is Slim Overton from Portia Coffee Talk, and I'm here at the Printed Word Bookstore. And this is one of the Saturday events they have here where they read to children, but this is a full-fledged bookstore. But we have one of the authors here, and your name?
My name is Portia Bryant.
Portia Bryant, and you are an author. Tell us about your book.
Yes, sir. My book is What Would Jesus Do? It is 45 scripturally sound answers for managing emotions and becoming more like Christ.
Wow, what encouraged you to write about that? I know it had a lot to do with your spirituality and your belief in God and Jesus Christ. So what inspired you to write the book? Because it's probably going to reach many people.
Definitely. Even more than, my spirituality and reaching people for Christ, the book is practical as it gives you 45 interventions as well on how to practice love, how to practice kindness, how to be peaceful.
How often we forget.
Good and gentle and self-controlled. These are character traits that we need for our life's foundation. And so I recognize that these attributes of Christ are just what we need to help society to flourish and help our children to grow in the way they should be and fulfill their ultimate purpose and destiny in life.
Okay, and was that the young fellow that talked about his book?
Yes.
Is he related to you?
Yes, that's my son.
Oh, okay.
He's the author of There Is a Superhero in Every Kid, Bryant, also on Amazon.
Yes, and I noticed when he was asked what inspired him to write the book, he said it was a combination of him and you helping him probably reach some of the things that was in his mind that he wanted to get out to the world.
Yes, he had came to me one morning and was telling me about a dream that he had.
Wow.
And it was so expansive and detailed that I said, wow, Braylon, you can make that into a book. And he said, okay, Mommy. And we just decided to go ahead and start documenting, write, and narrating what that book looked like according to his dream. Yeah.
So obviously he was influenced by you being an author and probably, I'm sure you do speaking. I notice you're a performing artist as well.
Yes.
And so that inspired him. So he probably had it in him all along. And then so how important it is to you that we encourage our young people to express themselves we talk about how we're missing critical thinking in our schools, teaching that critical thinking with, because it keeps them from those cult things like we see going on now, like they talk about people in a cult, but they can think creatively for themselves. So how important it is to encourage our young people to read and comprehend, for one thing, and be able to express what they feel.
Age-old wisdom.
And we need to listen to it.
Yes, age-old wisdom tells us that reading is fundamental.
Indeed.
And that reading and comprehension that you spoke about is the foundation of everything that we see around us here, as it pertains to being able to doctors be able to get their degrees, to be able to be medical practitioners, for the architects to be able to do what they do, to be able to train others. Reading is everything that we need to keep society flourishing and growing and prospering forward. So it's very important for me to show and share with young people, because it's also a confidence builder. It's a confidence builder to be able to read, number one, and then also it's an honor and a privilege to be able to do it as we know that we weren't always able to read legally. So it's a part of the utmost importance for African Americans to be able to teach their children to read and to go forward and showing them, their part in literacy. We have a responsibility for our part and stake in literacy and influencing others, inspiring, empowering others to be able to read as well.
And you are a minister as well, right?
I am.
Okay, so you know what you're talking about in this book. So I encourage people to get the book and give the name of the book one more time and how they can purchase it.
Yes, again, The name of my book is What Would Jesus Do? Character building from the voice and perspective of Christ. And it's all about 45 scripturally sound answers for managing emotions and becoming more like Christ. It can be found on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Just type in What Would Jesus Do by Portia Bryant. That's Portia. Portia, Portia Bryant.
Is there any way they can get it directly from you?
Yes.
Some people like to do that.
Yes,
so
yes.
all the money can.
Definitely. So I will. I'm always in contact with the owners of this store. I'll be back to facilitate a teen forum or moderate the teen forum that's coming up. I believe at the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken. But you are stay connected to the store, and you will stay connected to me if you want me to bring in a hard copy of the books, and I'll be right there for you.
All right, sounds good. And the last thing, I hope with the people that are trying to ban books, it might backfire on them, at least I hope,
Right.
because sometimes when you do that, that sparks curiosity in some of our youth.
Right.
To go out and say, well, there must be something that I want to read since they're trying to ban it.
Exactly.
But anyway, I mean, we all encourage our youth to just read and make those books available for them.
Right.
So I appreciate what you do, and you're raising another author, so
Yes.
the future is bright. We'll see what happens.
Look, I'd be remiss if I don't say my daughter and my son both presented today. My daughter wrote the book, 21 Moments That Matter,
Oh, okay.
by Peyton Bryant.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for mentioning that too. She was also very impressive. I appreciate when I see young people doing some things like this, because so often it goes unnoticed
Yes.
as far as the media.
Yes.
The sensational stories are the ones that they show. But we have some very intelligent youth here and children that are bright for our future.
Right.
Well, thanks again. I appreciate you.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.